Alright, today we're going to be looking at some tips and tricks that will just make working with Canvas a little bit easier for you, as well as allow you to personalize it. So the first thing we're going to actually look at is how to have more than one tab or more than one module open at one time. This is great if you need to take information back and forth, or if you just want to check what you put in another module without going all the way back to the beginning. So to do this, you're going to start by right-clicking on the module, file, course, whatever you want to go into. So in this case, I'm actually going to open up another course. So once I have my courses open, I'm going to right-click on my sandbox, and this will actually bring me in to a new tab, or you can do a new window if you want to do it side by side. And I can now go back and forth between them without having to back all the way out of the one that I'm working on. This allows you not to have to hit save so often and just makes it a little bit easier for you. Now the next thing we're going to look at is validating links. So validating links works to check any of the links that you've posted in your files to make sure that they are still working. When you think about it, we'll be using the same courses year after year, and it is possible that a link that I insert today will not be valid next year or even next month. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to Settings, and then over here, Validate Links in Content. When you click on this, you'll click on Start Link Validation. Now depending on the size of your course will depend on how long this takes to load. You will need to look through these. There are some things that it will say are invalid links that are actually valid just because of the way the link works, but it gives you a good starting point to identify any of those problems your students may have. The next thing I'm going to show you was gone over in the main training, but it is Student View. This is very important to take a look at because it'll let you know if you've forgotten to publish something you intended to, or if maybe things just don't look quite right, maybe a quiz isn't formatted correctly. So when you go into this, you'll see everything that you've published. Now you can't see the things you haven't published yet, so you do have to publish, check it very quickly, and then unpublish it if there's a problem. So when you go in here, you can see the calendar, see week by week for this. You can go in and check out the assignments. I don't have any assignments on this one, but you can actually do the assignments, and it will actually create a test student for you to look at. That information is also imported into your gradebook, so you can make sure that those things are transferring the way that you intend them to. Now once you are done with Student View, you'll click Leave Student View. If you are doing something like Edpuzzle or something, a assignment, a quiz, and you want to check it again, just click Reset Student and it'll take you back to a brand new student who's never entered the class, so you can see how those things are working as well. We are now going to look at Inline Preview. To do this, I'm going to add a page or an assignment. So I'm going to go ahead and add a page for this one. My new page will be named Test, add item, and then I'm going to go in and edit this one. So I'm actually going to insert a file using this here. I'm going to choose one of the course documents just to save time. So I'm going to choose this PowerPoint here. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to click on this and then link options. You have two display options. You have disable inline preview. If you don't want students to be able to view this file at all in the page setting, if you want them to have to open it, then you are going to click this one. This is one that I almost always click, automatically open inline preview. So I'm going to click on that one and click done. You'll see there's no changes right away, but after you save this, you'll see that the file preview is automatically open. That means as soon as the kid clicks into this assignment, they are going to see this file already open and they can immediately start to interact with it. This saves the number of times the student has to click on things and just makes the navigation a little bit easier. If it's something they don't need or don't want to see, they can always click minimize file to do that. Right, the next thing I'm going to show you is undelete. Now if you are in an activity or a file and you accidentally backspace or delete something you don't mean to, you can use Control Z to get that back. But what if it's 5 or 6 things down the line and then you realize, oh, I didn't mean to delete that, or I didn't realize I deleted that, there is an option to recover it. You're going to go to the URL of your course. You're going to click /undelete. This will take you to the last 25 things that have been deleted in your thing. You can click restore on any of these and it will bring in whatever file that you had deleted and allows you to continue to interact with that and make any changes. So it is a lot better of an option than having to start from scratch.